Hello, everyone. This is Alanda, aka Goldie, and you're watching Great People to Know. And on this episode of Great People to Know, we are sitting down with Nick Anderson of Dubuque and Dream Alliance, and he's going to give you more information because he has a lot going on. So it's awesome. It's awesome, a lot going on. So we're going to have him speak on what he's doing. But I do want to say this: this is Black Music History Month, and we are kicking it off today with Nick Anderson. And so he's going to talk about a little bit the importance of Black music and what he does, how he plays a part in that. So Nick, tell everyone about yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Linda. I appreciate it. Appreciate you having me on. That's awesome.
No problem.
Yeah. So like you're saying, I'm here in Dubuque, Nick Anderson. I'm a part of Dreaming Legions. I'm one of 7 of us. We've been a crew for, I think 5 years now. This is 2020. Yeah, 5 years now.
Oh, wow.
I've been dancing for all of 6 years. Seriously.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cool.
And then took a year to get into the pro circus there, and then we just been trying to make way for just bringing culture and enlightening people at Dubuque here, just bringing them something different over the years.
Yay! We met you guys. We met you when we did Voices that year, I believe, right?
2015. That was like.
Oh yeah, because we've been here since that's right. Because we've been here since 2000. Let's see, what year was that? We got here in 2013. Yeah. So yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
nice.
That was like the first big thing that we did.
Yeah, that was a cool one. Was that their last one? That was the last one too, right? Oh my God, I can't believe it's been 5 years. Lord have mercy. Okay, so with Dream Allegiance, so you all started this. What made you start Dream Allegiance? Not you, but what made you guys come up with that?
So it was actually our founder, Cameron Ramsey, formerly known as iCameo. But he had the idea because we were all dancing together at the casino out here for Club 84. And he was like, you know what, we should just start our own crew so we can do stuff outside of the casino instead of just performing there. And we're like, yeah, that's a great idea. There's no one else doing that here. Why not?
Right.
He was brainstorming ideas, and he's like, what do you guys think of Dreaming Allegiance? And I'm just like, it's kind of long, but I like it. And we just stuck with it.
I love that. That is really cool because so you said you all did the so you were dancing at what was that, Studio 84? That's what you called it? Club 50. Okay. Yeah. So when you all did that, how did you all even get that? I mean, how did you even start doing that?
Let's see. So Cameron and Neo, they were doing that first. I think Renita, our girl, was a part of that as well. Me and Garrick came along, and we were already dancing together. He already knew them. He introduced me to Cam and Neil. He's like, hey, you guys should join Club 84. You guys get paid to dance and interact with people. We're like, get out of here. You get paid for this? He's like, yeah, come, audition and we can, see what works out. We hopped in, learned a couple things, contributed a little bit, and then just took off from there. So how they got, I have no idea, but that's how me and Garrett got into it.
That's how you got into it. Yeah, I would like, so Cameron, if you're watching this, I want to talk to you next. Okay, so this is Black Music History Month, right? And you are a dancer. So for the culture, right, how important is dance for, this is the month of it, but how important is it for people to understand, even the kids that are watching this, how important is it for the dance culture? How like what does it do for you?
No, I think it's definitely huge. When we think of years of how just human beings in general express themselves through movement, through dance, through laughter, body language, and all those different things that encompass that, and especially with Black music history, and doing my own little research and just kind of diving down a rabbit hole, going back to how deeply rooted it is, even just in America, not even going back to different countries or Africa or anything, just in America. Like technically that's what kicked off everything for modern music, was Black people. It was Negro spirituals. So like coming into those kind of findings, I'm like, wow, this is deep. All it took was one guy saying, hey, I like the way these spirituals sound. Unfortunately, that's what came into the minstrelsy shows, but but modern music stems from us.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. And for it to grow in so many different genres that it has, and everything stemming from us, literally, I think that's pretty amazing. And just seeing what people are doing now, some things, as I'm getting older, I'm just like, okay, this is dumb. I see what adults were talking about when I was a kid. But that's how they express themselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I love that, the freedom of expression. And I don't even believe that folks understand the importance of freedom of expression, because it's dancing and singing or whatever. Creative artists, period, is an expressive type of thing, and it's also a freedom in it. And people don't understand that the art or connecting, they don't understand how important it is that it's a movement. It is a movement. It is something to go down in history, because some people have a hard time even getting seen. So you all being these, the dancers here in Dubuque, you all dancers, tell me about a challenge that you may have had during this. What kind of challenge? Just name a challenge that you may have had while you're doing this.
Honestly, just getting a presence, because there's no market. We are the market for as adults for hip hop dance. Since we started, it's been kids coming around, which is pretty awesome. But for adults, and bringing that different kind of cultural aspect as far as what we blend into everything that we do, there is no market for it. It's us. So people don't know how to value that. They don't know what it is.
Okay.
So we have to tell them, like, hey, this is what we do. Here is the value of that. Here's some culture we're going to throw at you. You're going to be uncomfortable. Good.
Yes.
You're going to not know what to do with it. Good. You're going to tap your foot a little bit. Even better. You might get up and dance. We're going to encourage you and probably pull you up anyway. Mm-hmm. That's just establishing that presence.
Yeah. And that's some things, because right now in the climate of everything that's happening, while, this is still a thing that during the times of protests and the civil rights movement of not even 50 years ago, maybe a little over 50 years ago, art was so important, right? And right now in the climate of what we're doing, how could you use what you've learned as far as that, dance and everything? How can you use that to encourage others in the midst of this stuff?
Yeah, honestly, it's just having a voice and educating. That's how I feel. That's where I feel most comfortable as far as projecting where I can insert myself into this, not traveling out to, God knows where to protest physically. So do what I can to share and educate here, because again, I look like me in Iowa and people are getting their information from God knows where. Yeah. So I'm like, hey, whatever I find, if I can educate people who have different points of views or similar points of views so they have the correct information, just making sure I'm checking my sources and just being that voice and recognizing that, my platform isn't huge, but I know I have at least a little bit of a platform from lives that I've touched out here from what I do. So if they're looking at me like, hey, I know one black guy, it's Nick. Here's what you can do so you can do stuff right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what is your, so I'm going to ask that because I want to get going to the second, what you do, the other parts of what you do. I want to talk about that because see, you are a Gemini. See, this is what we do. Geminis like to do a lot of things. And we
happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, yes.
Thank you very much. But see, I know Geminis, we like to do a lot of stuff. We like to stay engaged. That's what keep our brains going. We can't keep doing one thing over and over again and be mundane. And that after a while, we get like we want to just we go in depression. I go in depression, so I know that because I can't do one thing. Like, okay, I know I'm more creative than this. But seriously, what do you feel right now about this? In the midst of this,
a lot. It's a lot. Tired. That's really a big thing. It's tiring. It's mentally draining. It's tough. But the conversations aren't necessarily tough. I feel like the conversations are more fuel of like, all right, cool. This is why I'm still not just saying skip social media. Like, this is why I'm staying in it. Um, yeah, it's tough. Like, it's unfortunately things that we've seen, all of our lives that are normal that people are just now starting to see. And how I kind of phrase it to people when they're like, you have your different points of view, but people who are mad about the looters, I come to common ground and I say, hey, you know what? We can all agree at something. We don't like it. The effect sucks. It sucks that it got to this point. But where people are missing the game here is that you're looking at the effect. You forgot about all these decades of a cause, this domino effect of different causes that led up to the effect. You missed those parts. You're just now seeing what's going on. And you're seeing all these different images targeted towards you for a reason, so you can form your opinion and then spout that off to everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I guess that's one thing, being that I am a mother of Black boys, and of course married to a Black man and whatever, and have Black relatives, it is a different type of feeling. I don't know. I don't even think anybody can imagine what it could be like to sometimes wonder, like, especially when your kids are grown, is my son okay? You don't have to really worry about your mom, because you said once upon a time, you probably had to worry about your mother, but these were years, hundreds of, 100 so years ago. We've been worried about our Black men. We worried about you guys, and this is why we do what we do. And I think every effort that you all try to just try to help bring things together, because dancing does that. Dancing bring people together. I think that's one of the best things that you can do is dance. It's a freedom, and you don't have to. People that's not trained, they can dance any kind of way. You all get paid to dance. I don't get paid to dance, so I can dance anywhere I want to. But I think it is important that you all doing this, because it is very. It shows unity, especially in a group. You all have a unity. You all remind me so many years ago when they had the lockers. And I think dance groups are the lockers, because of the lockers, and maybe way back in the 40s, but the lockers was that instrumental group that pretty much sparked off dance groups and routines, and they showed up. And I see you guys like pushing that forward, you like cultivating that, because didn't you have last year, was that last year or year before last, when did you all have that, was that in May, that event?
Oh, the Rhythm Spectrums, that was actually, it's crazy, that's 2 years ago.
Oh my God, see, I'm losing a year. See, that's why it's my birthday, but I don't claim this year, so it's still the same year to me.
My birthday's next Wednesday. I feel you. I'm like, I'm getting closer to what number? No.
Yeah, it don't count this year. We gonna put this year behind us. So when everything, are you all thinking to do something maybe again?
Yeah, so we've definitely been talking about that. It's definitely more challenging now that we have myself here, Cam's here, Renita's here, Curtis is here. T-Smoke is also here, but we also have Garrick down in St. Louis, and then now Neo's out in Tennessee. So it makes it a little bit more challenging to coordinate things, but it's definitely been on our mind. For right now, we're just like, hey, we have our DVDs from our last show. It's an awesome production, so we've been putting that out there for folks and just saying, hey, reach out to our page, get your DVD, throw a shirt in there for you too. Other than that, it's just more so trying to figure out things, and then it takes a lot of planning. Like, it took about a good year and a half of planning before the last show, just because of coordination and getting our own things together, whether it be costumes, behind the scenes work, routines, what we want to throw together, and just building that whole aesthetic and atmosphere. And yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty dope. I love dancers and the energy you all put into it, and the thought and the movements and all that. I love that. That's what I love creativity anyway. So I'm just that. So now we're ready to switch gears, because we talked about that. So anything you want to add before we switch gears about your professional side?
Yeah, I would just say, just music in general. I feel like I consider the language of love, because everyone can come together for the most part in music. And me being from South Suburbs of Chicago, Like the most exciting thing I saw, even though it probably wasn't exciting to everybody else, a guy still working on a cop car. I thought that was the most exciting thing. I was like, go ahead. I'm like, you should play house music everywhere. I'm a little bit of a house head. Like, if you play house music everywhere, I feel like nothing can be going wrong. Like, you can't just have chaos listening to house music. It just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I agree. I grew up in the house music era. I'm sure your mom is on here. Hey, hi, Carla. We grew up in that era. So yeah, the house music was like the time that peace was pretty much, it was no fights. We did have people that come out to the parties afterward, like wait for us to come out, and they used to rob some of our friends and stuff, whatever. So, we had that, but at parties, it was a lot of love. That's like the picnic they do every year. It's mostly full of love. And you're right. And that can make, I would love to see something like that here. I would love to see that. Just putting it out there, y'all. Just putting it out there.
All DJs need some house music, some love.
That's right. I just putting it out there. We can do a little house music thing. We got Adam. If we can get Mr. Zills back on the decks, we can do the same thing. Like put them out in the park. Just put it out there, Mr. Zills. I know he's gonna be like, what? So I'm trying to get him on the show, but he's like, he just dismissed me. But we gotta work with that. Yeah, I know. I can do it. Anyway, so now we're moving on. Okay, so tell everyone about your profession.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a dancing profession, let's hear about the corporate profession.
Yeah, for sure. So I actually run a financial planning practice out here with Northwestern Mutual. So basically showing people the tools to live well today while making smart money decisions for tomorrow. Where I focus my market is building generational wealth. Of course, I try to target the African American community, but servicing everyone at all stages, just really trying to help people out. My mantra is uplift my people. And I'm adamant about that. I tell everybody that I meet with, I'm telling my clients, prospective clients, like my mission is to uplift my people.
Absolutely. I love that. So speaking of that, so someone's watching you in Chicago right now, right? And they had maybe just got a little shop and they're in the area that things got destroyed. What type of advice would you give them to rebuilding?
I would say look into grants and business loans if they haven't done so already. Even if they have done so already, probably still looking into that. Praying that they had insurance. I know some of them don't, but if they did, then it's just rebuilding, unfortunately. It sucks to see that. That's definitely the nasty side of everything going on, is seeing these small businesses having to go down because people are people.
I know.
I definitely say, if you have cash on hand, of course, see what you have. Consult your accountants as well. See what kind of cash you have on hand. But I'd definitely be like, hey, what kind of loan options do we have, especially now? Well, that's going to be the quickest access to cash if you haven't already saved it up.
So now we're saying that. Now, what if? Because I know that a lot of people may not have access to like getting loans and grants, and they have, because having a business. You have a business, but it's hard to get loans for your business because they look at your credit. Is there a way to, how can that work if they don't want to use their actual personal?
Yeah. So I would recommend, especially if you're early on, or even if you're not early on in the business, establishing separate business credit, because it is separate from your personal credit. So if you're building up your business credit, that's something you can go off of instead of having your personal credit run if it's not all looking good there. I know, coming from the Chicagoland area, not everyone has great credit. Yeah. So, it's kind of a rocky situation there. It just makes it a little bit more tough, but credit is just that leverage. So thinking of different ways, getting the business credit cards, figuring out different ways that you can use that to just build that number up and just establish that. And that way you have something to say, hey, I have leverage. That's all it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's really good. So now we're speaking of that. Now here in town, we just have protests. We don't have a lot of other things, thank God, knock on wood. But what do you say for those? Because there is a lot of us here that want to have own business. Like I have a business, right? And what I do is pretty much is technical. I do things online on a computer. I mean, if it comes down to it, I don't have my computer. I can still go outside and go to them and set their website up right there. You know what I mean? I can do things like that. Okay. So someone has a business and want to go here. what should they do to start a business? Like, what can they do if they got all their ducks in a row, and now they filed the paperwork. Now they know they got the vision, they get paperwork. Now what? What should they do now?
Honestly, I think it just depends on what they're trying to do. So I don't think there's any clear-cut way of starting a business, just like when we started our crew, or just like me starting my practice. It's just joining with Northwestern Mutual under the banner. So it's a little bit simpler in that sense as an independent contractor. But so like for us starting our crew, it was just a matter of filing our papers of incorporation, and then we're a crew. We're a business. We got the LLC. So I definitely think it just depends on what you're doing. That would be your first step. So let's say, if you're doing more so technical things, it's like, all right, cool. You want to start your business. Are you already building up a clientele? If not, that's step one. You got to start making money. Figure out how to get out there. You got your ducks in a row. So I'm assuming, you got your business plan together. You've already got your things figured out. How you're going to make money. You just got to get out there and just do it. And that might apply to actually pretty much everybody. Is figure out who your clientele is and try to reach.
Right. So if I have someone, okay, say, all right, so I have that, and I don't have clientele, but I got a lot of money. I just came into a bunch of money, and I want to start this business. You're a financial planner. I need you to help me plan.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things I would sit down and ask for sure would be, what do you already have going on? So like, okay, cool, you have a lot of money, awesome. Personally, how are you managing your money? What are you doing? What steps are you taking now, aside from the business? Then separating that and saying, all right, cool. What are your plans for the business? Do you plan on hiring anytime soon? If so, how many employees? Okay, you want to have X amount of employees. What are your thoughts on benefits for them for insurance or disability? What about for yourself? Oh, you have a business partner. Okay, what happens if one of you passes away? What's the plan there for a buy-sell agreement? So it's combining those two, looking at it comprehensively, but also separating it and saying, hey, what do you have going on for yourself? Are you insured? What happens if you can't work anymore? How are you going to bring that check in? What's your family going to do? Are you going to keep bringing in money? But it's looking at all those different things that a lot of people don't think about. They just say, oh, I just need to start my business and make money. Like, okay, I hear you. You can make money. That's awesome. But managing money is a whole different thing.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, I know. So right now, a lot of us, like just now, maybe going back to work, some of us may not have a job anymore. And so they start in their business. Would you advise them to see a financial planner first?
Yeah, absolutely. Because again, it's also thinking of, so oftentimes when I'm sitting down with people, it'll be in transitions of life. So losing a job, getting a new job, moving, having a kid, getting married, getting engaged. These are all different big life changes, and they all require some kind of planning around money. That's why no matter what stage you are in life, like you always need to manage your money. That's always a constant. If you're not, then you're not going to have a good time.
Right, absolutely. So basically, in our community, especially, because somehow we have lost the art of financial planning, because like we learned how to financially plan from my grandparents. My grandmas and grandfather, they all had a passport savings book. Them little books that they had, little books they write there when they go deposit money and then go withdraw. They had these little bitty books, like little passport books. It was so funny. And they managed money. They paid their rent. They saved money. That was the financial planning. It's a little different like that now because we have access to credit, but we also don't have access to the financial health or education. So being a financial planner, do you see it as possible to have some type of webinar or something to help educate people?
Yeah, absolutely. I've definitely actually been thinking about that. I was talking to somebody earlier today. They brought that idea up, and I was just like, it's a good idea. It's just a matter of figuring out, probably more so surveying on my end, figuring out what people want to learn about, what people might have questions on, and then just talking about it and presenting on it. Because I definitely want to provide a platform for all people to learn anything, regardless if they do business with me or not. I just want to show them the tools. If you want to do business, I'd love to earn your business. But if not, if you take something away, tell somebody else about it. I can help them out. That's always my big ask. Is like, hey, if we don't do anything, cool. Tell somebody. I helped you out. Looking out. I definitely want to do that for sure. That's definitely in the near future. Just gotta survey and figure out what questions. If you guys have questions, whoever's watching, put them in the comments. I'll be coming back and looking at them.
Yes. Yeah, someone say, yes, we need a webinar. So Shamika Carmen, thank you, Shamika. So, yes, we need a webinar. We do. We absolutely do. I think it's very important in our community that we are learning how to be well-rounded all the way around. That's why I keep going back to the Chicago, because a lot of people, like I was reading something and someone made this very, this post. It was very ignorant, I would say, about telling us where we we didn't like it there, don't bring there here and all that kind of stuff. No, we came to make here great again, because where we come from, I remember having a Buck Billiken parade. People got uplifted from that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We need those type of things here. We do need that here. We're not here to conform. So while we're here and people want to live a better life, I think it's very important that we have people that have gone through the process of starting a business. Like you said, you in a dance group. That people don't know that you go file paperwork for a dance group. They think you just show up as a dance group and you get, and one thing that I could say, if you can agree, this have definitely put this COVID, the shutdown, have put things in perspective for creatives. Because if you were getting paid something and like getting paid cash and all that and didn't claim it, you couldn't even get special money. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm. You're right. Getting paid on the table more than likely hurt you, because it's not something that you can trace or prove that you are earning as income.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And that is very important, because once again, we got put into a position that, yeah, you can't even prove that you made it. And I'm guilty of that. Like, I got paid from, some things, and they paid me through my PayPal or whatever. But the way it was, and then I got paid, like they bring money and I didn't have ways to track it in the last, not last year, but the year before last. I didn't have ways to really track it because I wasn't keeping up with it, because it was like, okay, this is just my side hustle. Now that I have reformed the company in the state and all that, and then this happened, I'm like, you know what? I could have been making some money, really. I would have, oh my God, I feel so dumb. But I learned a lesson. I learned a lesson. Wait, your mom's, okay, keep saying your mom. Carla Anderson says, understand that Black people never want to admit they need financial service. That is true. That is so true. We don't, because like I said, what did I just say? Mm-hmm. I thought that because I was getting paid, it was a side hustle, I thought, whatever, but I had no way of tracking that. I mean, I could have tracked it, but it was very not right. So you're absolutely right. So before we sign off, do you have any last things to say? Any thoughts, shout outs?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was gonna shout out my alma mater, Clark University. That's why I'm still here.
My daughter's a student there right now. She's at Clark. Yep, she's at Clark Atlanta. She's going into be a junior year.
Oh, nope, Clark Atlanta, not Clark University here.
I'm sorry, Clark University. I'm sorry. Well, my bad.
That's
you
okay.
said Clark University. I'm like, I heard Clark. Okay, shout out. Okay, Clark University. Clark here. And
yeah, I would just say, as far as having a conversation, like me sitting down talking to people, there's no charge for that. It's free conversation. It's just basically saying, hey, what do you have going on? Let's talk about it. Let's come up with a plan. Like I said, I want to earn everyone's business. I'm here to help everybody out. Feel free to reach out to me, social media, on Twitter, Instagram. Let me Nick-splain. I like that one. I changed my name recently.
Did you? Let me Nick-splain. Okay. All right. Cool.
Or sending me an email or check out my website. It's probably better, so you can at least see everything. That's nickaanderson.nm.com. And just feel free to reach out. I don't mind. I'm open for conversation. Find me on Facebook, Nick Anderson. Shoot me a DM, whatever. I don't mind.
Yay! Thank you. Oh, and I think you guys are so adorable. Carla, you have a really great son. Really great son. If my daughters weren't acting up, act up, and then they don't like us, like pairing them up with other people, I would like try to get my daughters to to check him out, but they told me to stay out their business.
That might have a problem. Anything there might have a problem.
Yeah. Told me to stay out their business, so I can't, I just like throw it out there. Her name is Naughty, whatever. But But anyway, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy seeing you and seeing what you're doing. I see you, and I am very encouraged looking at, watching you guys and seeing you all doing so much. I'm encouraged, and you all give me ideas on what I can do, because it's all about you all. You all, like the next, you are a generation. You are a generation after us. When we dead and gone, you're going to be carrying on or passing on what you learned from us. And I, as an elder, I want to do my part to ensure that I'm passing on information, right information. I want to pass on a legacy and stuff. So I do thank you so much. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to Great People to Know. This is Goldie and Nick Anderson. And if this will be rebroadcast on tomorrow, I will have the links. You all will be able to see this on YouTube, on iPhoenix Media, iPhoenix TV/iPhoenix Media. And you will be able to see it again on Facebook, on iPhoenix Media on Facebook. So thank you guys again so much. Love to love you. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Somebody asked a question. Jason Weston wants to know, where is your office?
Yeah, so office, mostly virtual now. But if you guys wanted to meet in person, if you're in town, it's off of Asbury Road. That's 2728 Suite 810, Asbury Road. So it's Fountain Park. It's a nice trolley sitting out there.
Yeah.
If you guys can stop by there if you wanted to, or virtually hitting me up, phone calls, perfectly fine as well.
Cool. And I'm forgetting that offices do exist. I wasn't thinking about asking you the address to where it is. I'm thinking you're doing all this from, you're at home. I don't know why I'm thinking this stuff. Thank you so much, Jason, for asking that question. So we're out of time, and thank you guys once again for tuning in to Great People to Know with me, Goldie, and my guest, Nick Anderson. Thank you guys. Peace.